It helps for you to practice being intentionally grateful in your UK journey as being a single parent in a foreign country and starting a new life. It isn't easy, but with the right mindset, it is doable.
Have you taken the IELTS multiple times without success? Are you 2, 1, or even just half a band away from what the NMC or GMC require in order to give you your PIN or license to practice? Then stop, take a breath, and let us help. You see, here at IELTS Medical, we've given doctors and nurses the tools they need to pass the academic version of the IELTS exam as efficiently as possible. Whether you've reached above 7.0 in 3 sub-tests, but can't seem to crack IELTS writing, whether it's IELTS reading that's the thorn in your side, it's okay, we're here for you. Learn more at ieltsmedical.co.uk.
Hello, Manong George here. Welcome to our channel, and today we have a very special guest.
My name is Cara Malonga. I'm a licensed nurse and midwife in the Philippines and now a registered nurse based in the United Kingdom. I'm currently on a health and care visa and I've been in the UK since March of 2021. I'm a single mother of 3 children, but I'd always say this: I'm never alone in providing for my family because I've always had God as my partner.
Man knows best.
Initially, when I arrived here in the UK, I was assigned to theaters. I still work mainly in theaters, but I have recently been made to fill the role as one of the Freedom to Speak Up guardians of our trust, or FTSU in short. This is the first time that our trust will be having a Freedom to Speak Up guardian that has originally been recruited from overseas. As a Freedom to Speak Up guardian, I am made to be the voice of staff members who can't openly escalate their concerns towards their line managers or normal routes made available to them. If, like for example, may unsafe practices sa area that put the patient's safety at risk, na they feel needs the attention of higher management, pag nabully sila, if they experience racism, or if they feel that they are being excluded for some reason, one of the avenues to get the help and support that they need is to approach the Freedom to Speak Up guardians of their respective trusts. Each concern is to be treated confidentially, not unless they want it to be an open complaint, and each trust is made to strictly adhere to National Guardian Office guidelines to avoid any backlash or acts of retribution towards them. Prior to my children coming to the United Kingdom, I've already spent countless of hours researching and speaking with the local council. What are the requirements? When are the application due dates? I checked the catchment area where we belong to. I also conducted school visits. Are there any fees? If yes, how much? So I can eventually save up for it. Um, I also asked about the hours of breakfast and after school clubs. Pasok ba siya sa working hours ko? You know, indeed, it is true what they say that it takes a village to raise children. I familiarized myself with trust policies regarding parental leaves, care leaves, flexible working arrangements made available to me as a single parent. Ika nga nila, di ba? Knowledge is power. Um, I reached out and maintained an open line of communication with our then theater manager and now theater matron regarding my situation. And I've been blessed that she's been very supportive and empathetic towards me trying to raise my children alone in a foreign country. So I try to request, like, for example, Friday off and then um, Mondays off as well. So I get to do bank shifts on the weekend because I work in an elective theater and we normally have Saturdays and Sundays off. So I do bank shifts on the weekends, madalas nights lang, para I can still spend time with my children and bring them to their swimming lessons, drama, or gymnastics, or whatever extracurricular activities they want to get involved in. I also regularly keep in touch with my children's school, and I schedule breakfast and after school clubs around my shifts. So what I have to do is I have to submit to them a schedule per term or as soon as our shift schedule gets released. My youngest is still in nursery, so I still have to pay for the 15 hours, or sorry, I still have to pay for the hours outside of the mandatory 15-hour free childcare for 3 to 4 years old, made available to us health and care visa holders. So aside from that, yun nga, I have to pay for the breakfast and after school clubs as well. Living a life of a migrant single mother is not a walk in the park. Main concern madalas dyan is how to balance everything and yet still manage to keep yourself sane. It's easy to get overwhelmed, but for me, I try to take things by the day. The first thing that I bought with my salary, aside from food, syempre, because food is life, is life insurance. As a single mom, importante yan para sa atin eh. Lalo considered as high risk at ang line of work natin, especially during the time of COVID. Well, knock on wood, if may mangyari man sa'yo, at least hindi kawawa ang mga anak mo kahit paano may maiiwan ka para sa kanila. So with the high cost of living, paano nga ba makakasurvive sa UK bilang isang migrant single parent? So to stretch my food budget, I utilize food apps such as Too Good To Go and Olio. And syempre, super abangers din tayo sa mga yellow sticker label items. Tapos nandyan din yung mga vouchers, yung mga reward points. So we utilize all of that. Para syempre, di ba, doon tayo sa practical lang tayo. For clothes, I don't mind buying second-hand. There's charity shops, Vinted, eBay, and I also have friends who have been very generous in passing over their kids' overgrown clothes, old toys to my children. I welcome that as well kasi blessing pa rin yun eh, di ba? Tsaka kids grow so fast nowadays. Hindi kailangan bago parate. Well, that's my personal opinion. I also buy a lot of stuff from Facebook Marketplace, like for example, my daughter's bike. And like what I would always say, being a single parent in a foreign country and starting a new life, it isn't easy, but with the right mindset, it is doable. And according to Matthew chapter 17, verse 20. Kaya nga, truly I tell you, if you have a faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. So, that, my friends, I leave with you. With God and with faith, everything is possible. Din siguro na nakatulong sa akin with my journey as a single parent. Well, aside from prayers, is that I learned how to manage my expectations. Not only of other people and my children, but also of myself din. Hindi ka kasi pwede makipagsabayan sa colleagues mo na who are here by themselves eh. You have time, money, and energy constraints. You can only give so much of yourself. And you can't be in two places at once. Otherwise, mauubos ka talaga. And like you have to remember that your kids will be adjusting to the new environment as well. Kung tayo nga na matatanda na, nahihirapan pa eh. Paano pa kaya yung mga bata? Yun nga lang, syempre, yung mga bata, mas adaptable to change sila. But at the end of the day, you have to extend grace towards your children at lalo na sa sarili mo. Take things one day at a time. List down your priorities. let go of the small stuff, literally. What I try to do is I try to keep a journal of my daily activities. Things to do, yung goals ko. Tapos I try to tick them off. Para bang reflection ko yun of what's happening in my life. And also, I read back on it to remind me of how far we've come as a family. And it's very important to have that during my down days. Imagine, isang box lang na 40 kilograms ang dala ko papuntang UK. Ay, may kasama palang 7 kilograms na carry-on. So, yun lang yung dala ko. Ngayon, coming 2 years na ako dito, nandito na yung 3 kids ko with me. We have a place to call our home. You know, it helps for you to practice being intentionally grateful in your UK journey as a migrant single mother. I will never discount the fact that the journey of a single parent and a sole provider is easy. There's no sense in sugarcoating it. May araw talaga na iiyak ka. Iiyak mo lang. Pwede mong maramdaman, allow yourself to feel. Pero wag na wag mong tatambayan. Hindi siya madali, pero kahit saan naman tayo mapunta sa mundo, it is never an easy feat to play the role of a mother and a father to your children. Thank you, Manong George, for taking an interest in my journey as a single parent in the UK. Thank you, Philip and George, for allowing me to share my story to fellow nurses out there. Sana magsilbi itong inspirasyon para sa mga kagaya ko na single parent na nasa UK at gustong makuha ang anak nila or sa mga nagbabalak palang mag-abroad at plan nila to bring their children along with them eventually. So, I hope this story serves its purpose. Let me also take this opportunity to thank each and every person who has helped our small family. Alam nyo na kung sino kayo and sobrang thankful ako for your lives. And shout out lang din po sa mga brads at sis ko sa Alpha Kappa Rho UK Council. Long live po sa inyong lahat. Happy Mother's Day po sa inyong lahat at lalong-lalo na po sa napakaganda at napaka-sexy kong nanay na si Kagawad Vanji ng Gulod, Quezon City. Mabuhay po kayong lahat and God bless.
Always remember, Manong knows.
Manong knows best, put your worries to rest when staying in the United